Oh god. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended delay, so we are here in the grand finals. We've made it here to the finals of the KSL. For those that are curious, I mean, there's a lot to go into, but we're jumping right on into the ZvT. If you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you believe will take the series. Best of luck. As spawning in the top on the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Talon Esports, playing not from his own home but from a nearby PC cafe, a PC bang if you will. It is Dark. Here we go. Again, we apologize for how long it took for the finals to begin, but again, the internet went down in Dark's apartment. Dark, he rushed on over, rushed down the stairs, took his child with him, of course, and is now playing at a PC bang with child in hand. Let's go. Let us go. Now, there is a bit of a sour note as well, or something that's a little bit bittersweet. It's great that we have the finals, but as stated by our admins, Dark will be starting with a 1-0 deficit because of the delays, because of how long it took. I mean, shout out to ByuN for, of course, being very patient as well. From my understanding, unless otherwise changed, I believe ByuN will be starting with an advantage here. So that is a little bit brutal, but it's the best of 5, and I want to believe that we can bounce back. Bearing in mind as well that Dark did need some extra time to set up his hotkeys. And he's playing, I'm sure, surrounded by other people as well at a PC cafe. So not the most ideal conditions for Dark, but much respect to actually put in the effort to be a part of this, right? It could have been easy to just, you know, lose internet and just forfeit, right, and just step out. But no, he went the extra mile. He rushed out the door and raced to a nearby establishment to actually play and actually compete. So much respect here to Dark. As the show must go on. But here we go. We are going to be settling in. Do have our initial Reaper harass getting across the map. Was a hash gas pool opener by ByuN, but 2 links go down. 3 links. Oh god. 3 links go down here. Very solid trade here by ByuN. Bearing in mind as well, yeah, it isn't just Dark playing at a PC bang with a weird scenario and stuff like that. David asking if he lagged. Dark is playing, of course, with the PC Cafe's keyboard, mouse, monitor. Like, he's playing with not the most optimal settings. Even with Dark going to like an offline event, takes his own peripherals. Actually, oh no, Dave! What? Dave, you didn't have to leave. No, Dave, you misunderstood. Dave was like, did I like? No, I'm pretty sure it's just the setup here for Dark that's less than ideal. Dark is like, Dave, didn't have to leave. It's okay. Este Dave. Dave, always looking out for the players, but I'm pretty sure this was more attributed to the setup that Dark has currently, not any kind of latency. Even ByuN confirmed that there was no lag. Like, god damn it. Dave. You're jumping to conclusions, Bobby. You've had too much to drink. For now, though, fast lair. Ooh, we can see Dark rushing to a lair very early on. Now, I expect nothing but all-ins out of Dark, especially because Dark is playing, you know, under suboptimal settings currently. I do not expect long macro games out of Dark at any point in this series. I expect him to cheese it up to be hyper aggressive here against ByuN. With this fast lair, this can lead into a Link Queen Nidus all-in. There is an Overlord across the map. This can lead into either a Dropalord based all-in as well, but I'm leaning more towards Nidus play. Alas, ByuN is patrolling the main base. ByuN is in position. Second gas is being taken, and we'll see if it's going to be for the Nidus or something different. I'm feeling Nidus Worm here for Dark. Here we go. As we are going to be setting up, lair is now done. Show us what you got. Lings are amassing. And show us that. There it is. Nidus Worm has been thrown down. The Overlord's coming into the main, but again, ByuN is ready for this. ByuN is in position. Now, Dark may opt to, instead of going into the main base, could reinforce on the front lines. Nidus Worm outside of the natural instead. Dark has options. Dark does have options. Floating links across the map. Queens are amassing as well, getting ready to dive into that Nidus Worm. And we'll see how ByuN handles this situation. ByuN has got Hellions to defend against the Lings. So far, good position. The Hellions are scouted. They are confirmed. And Dark needs to try and distract ByuN somehow, some way. There it is. Nidus Worm on the front lines. The Overlord does confirm there's a Marine patrolling. Not just a Marine, but Banshees as well. Scan reveals saturation, but again, it's kind of fake saturation in a sense, as the main base is not even fully saturated. Nidus does finish. Nidus Worm into the main, but the Banshees are ready. The Banshees, they will shut it down. Yeah, the Nidus Worm is going to be denied. Queens are poking forward, and Dark is still not droning. Dark is still just amassing more Lings, amassing more Queens. Baneliness has been thrown down, and so far, ByuN, he's holding. He is holding strong. Again, ByuN not overreacting, keeping his Banshees in the main base as well. He is keeping them in. And meanwhile, a big shout to Dave, Tessa. God, thank you for the raid. Bobby, you didn't have to leave. You didn't have to leave, Dave. But thank you for the raid. Again, shout out to Dave for, of course, hosting the event, not just by himself, but also with Chicken Man. But alas, for the most part, Dave holding the fort on his own, has been having a great time over on his own channel, I'm sure. This lovely Friday night. I did notice some drinks were had. Este Dave. But I hope you had a great time. You had a great stream. And of course, welcome to the grand finals. We're here in game one. We have Dark committing to the all-in. It's all good. It's all good. As the army stumbles forward, catches the Queen, takes down the Nidus. Second Queen goes down. Dark is collapsing in. Oh, we'll take down the Hellions at least, but the Marines do evacuate. They escape. One tank going to be falling. Not even it survives. The tank lives. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number one. GG. GG, well played. And a shout out to Dave Test in the chat for the 5 gifted subs to the community. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Hope the rest of your evening and the rest of the weekend fares a little bit better for you. Hope everything's okay over in the land of Dave. Take care, Pappy. Take care. As we are getting ready for game number 2. And again, Dark, he is playing under subpar conditions, and this is what I expect throughout this series here between ByuN and Dark. I don't expect longer macro games here from the side of Dark, but we'll see. We'll see how it all comes together, how it all comes to pass. Would love to see Dark playing SG with a baby in his lap. Yeah. No, not even on his lap. He's like cradling it on his arm while he's playing. He's like, he's like balancing the child on his arm. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's impressive. But we are getting ready for game number 2. A dynasty once again? What's going on? What's happening? Here we go. We're getting ready for game number 2. Dynasty, again, one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool, but because it's the best of 5, you have that many less vetoes to work with. So I expect once again aggression. We could see Dark rushing into the gold instead. Could try to proxy his zone. Could try to take the gold base of ByuN. I'm curious how Dark will approach this. I'm curious what kind of cheese we'll be jumping into. Let's go. One more thing to micro. Exactly. Was it Dark who plays with feet back in the day? No, that was Larva. That was Larva. That was in the Zotac Brood War Remastered tournament. That was not Dark. Different Korean Zerg player. But here we go. We're jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Dynasty. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Talon Esports. It is Dark. we go. Stark is going to be settling in. We're jumping into that second game. And so far, Hatch first, not rushing into the gold. Okay, you have my attention. We saw this earlier today with Shin versus ByuN, where Shin likewise did not rush into the gold base. I'm sure Dark is going to be I'm sure ByuN is going to be checking, going to be scouting, and once again we'll be a little bit confused when he realizes that the gold base has not been rushed into. Oh boy. And we'll see what the plan is for Dark. See what the initial plan is going to be. Which is weird. I'm sure there would have been plenty of hot signals in his area. Maybe not, right? It's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it was affecting his area. Maybe it was affecting his service provider as well. You know, exclamation mark Funada SKT. That's why we put one of the telecoms on blast. Tell us, who was it, Dark? Who was it? Was it SKT or KT? Which one? Which one? Aye. Shame them, Bobby. Shame them. Behind this, of course, it is going to be a Rax expand into a second Rax. Okay, a 2-1-1 setup here from ByuN. We saw this against Shin. We saw, again, what this leads into is less so Hellion Banshee aggression and more so a timed 16 Marine double medevac drop. Does mean that Dark is going to be a little bit more free in the early to mid game, and ByuN will pop off once he gets his medevacs up and running. Reaper does scout, does confirm, does get eyes onto the third base. Unlike Shin, if you recall, Shin did take the linear third. Dark taking the triangular third does lead into the gold base as a fourth potential. So Dark can take advantage of that gold later on down the line as a fourth, if the game does go on that long. So now the game just calming things down. Factory follow-up into the starport. Stim is soon to begin. Until then, Dark is going to be free to drone, as Dark is still trying to piece this all together and figure out how aggressive ByuN is going to be. Still droning up. Taking an earlier second gas, and we spoke earlier about Dynasty, and I guess we can reiterate once again. It is very common on Dynasty for Zerg players to rush into roaches. The reason for this is because Dark cannot take the gold base early on this map. The Terran can, and the only way to try to punish this mineral line is with range-based units, is with Roach Ravager. And speaking of, there it is. Roach Warren has been thrown down. Roach Ravager is going to be on the horizon here for Dark to get into the mid game and to try to apply some pressure and to harass that mineral line. We'll see if he can. See if he can. So we have our tech of choice. Again, ByuN is still not being able to be too active here. We'll catch an Overlord though. Not bad. Oh my god. Overlord barely does survive. But medevacs are on the way. As there's the add-on swap, reactor on the starport, 2 medevacs in production, and soon ByuN can break free with his Marines. Meanwhile, we do have initial roaches on the way. Going to be 6 roaches for the time being. 9 roaches even on the way for Dark. We'll see if he commits a little bit harder, but it should just be 9 roaches into Ravagers, again to apply pressure. I say that we have more roaches on the way. Dark getting a little bit supply blocked, which is less than ideal. Lair is now in production. Roaches moving out, but ByuN likewise soon to move out as well. Dark is fully aware of the 2-on-1. Double drop pushes. At the same time, Dark is moving out with those roaches, but he has to respect the drop. He does pull back. Okay, Dark, he pulls back home. Needs to defend. Does still send out 2 roaches towards that mineral line. Okay, so he does deal some economic damage. Denying a lot of mining time. Double drop into the main. Roaches have kept up. Just purely Roach. Does force the pickup. Queens as well. Meanwhile, across the map, the tank has arrived. Ooh, and Dark cannot punish the mineral line too much here without Ravagers. At the same time, double drop does hit the third. Oh, do we get a queen? We do. 1 queen goes down, 2nd queen goes down as well. Big pickoffs here for Dark. Sorry, for ByuN. Massive pickoffs. Getting the queens. Still posing a threat. Still harassing. Ravagers are now on the way. And with the help of these Ravagers, we can try to bile away at the mineral line or even bile down the tank. Speaking of, ooh, Bile does connect. 3 ACVs full. Nicely done. But Roach is getting picked off. That's going to be 2. That's going to be almost 3 Roaches going down. Going for the mineral line. And with that, 3 drones full from both sides. This time, ByuN does respond. Does pull away. Getting his third base up and running. And so far, Dark is keeping up, but he's also stuck with Roach Ravager. And Dark has yet to take a 4th. No 4th expansion yet here for the Zerg. ByuN getting into the mineral line. Denying mining time. And you can see ByuN doing so much with so little here in the main, even catching another Overlord. And ByuN is getting ready for his push. This entire time he's been relying on purely 2 medevacs for harassment, 4th base now being taken, and the goal of ByuN's move out should be to knock down this gold, to knock down this 4th expansion. The creep is okay here at the 4th. It's okay. Not ideal. And we're waiting for that move out as tanks are amassing. 1-1 just now about to kick in. ByuN been building up this army. And here come the reinforcements. The Marines, the medevacs. Not moving out with the tanks yet. We're at least keeping the tanks back at home initially. So for the time being, ByuN just applying some light aggression with drop play. He isn't committing. Oh, he's catching more drones in the main. Dark pulling back. ByuN stimming in, going for the 4th of 4th. It's not going to finish. There is some Roach Ravager though. Well, hold on. Ooh, 1 Ravager falls. But the expansion is saved. Oh, just barely. Is saved. Dark is holding back. Ling speed now being researched. +2 range. Ling speed tells us that... Oh, never mind. I was going to say that Dark is going to be going Ling Bane Roach Ravager, but that is a Hydra Den on the way and +2 range. So never mind. Dark can reinforce with Lings, but he's trying to rush into Lurker Tech. Before that happens, drop into the main base. Roaches have a hard time keeping up. Oh, and that's going to be another 7 drones going down. 10 worker kills, 12, 13, 14. And this one drop, this initial 2-on-1 drop even, is doing critical damage. This is far too much already. The medevac falls, but it has already paid for itself. 14 drones going down. And the drop play continues. And this is the weakness here of playing Roach Ravager, is the limited anti-air you have. No Hydras, not yet at least. No Spire Tech, of course. It's a slower army as well, as opposed to Ling Bane. And it is vulnerable to drop play. Especially with kind of like, you know, less than ideal setup here with a foreign keyboard and a foreign mouse, a foreign setting. It's looking a little bit bleak, Pappy. Looking a little bit bleak. At least Dark gets the gold, though. The gold is fully saturated with gold minerals and gold gas. That is going to be a big boost here to the economy of Dark. And Dark is, in a way, keeping up supply-wise, but the soup does lie, is the problem. When Roaches are involved, they are inflated army supply. So the supplies are a little bit deceiving here, and ByuN is still looking that much more terrifying. But Dark is building up. He's knocking down the rocks. He's getting ready for his own push. We have Ravagers. We have Hydras. No Lurkers yet. We are taking up into Hive Tech. That can give us access to Vipers. There it is. 3 Vipers on the way. Dark is building up. And with the power of Vipers, Dark can break an entrenched position like this. 100%. He can break this. We'll see if he will. So far, keeping up with the drops. Forcing ByuN back. +3 is on the way. The Vipers are soon to pop out. They can amass energy. And then we'll see if Dark can make this older school Roach Hydra kind of Heart of the Swarm composition work. We have seen him have a lot of success with this kind of style on this map before. But usually if it's the Terran players pushing into him, not the other way around. As Dark is maxed. Likewise, ByuN just behind him. Throwing down more CC, setting up SimCity. Ghost Academy's done, making 3 ghosts at a time. Tanks are amassing as well, as ByuN is on 2 factories. Meanwhile, as Dark maxes out, he is taking into Lurker Tech. Lurker Gen's on the way. Expansion going to be denied. Take down the base, taking down another 2 queens. Here we go, Dark. He's going to be committing. I mean, there's only 3 tanks. They're going to be yoinked. Not bad. But ByuN coming in from behind. He does try to collapse on the army. Does try to trap it. Alas, that is a lot of Roach Hydra. CC is going to go down at the same time, drop across the map, gets the mineral line. 15, 16 drones going down. And Dark, he's committing further into the main base. Taking down more tanks. Not bad. But the Vipers are out of energy, and here comes the surround. Yeah, no more Vipers, no more abductions. And this army is so fragile. It's just so fragile. It gets surrounded. Going to be cleaned up as well. The Marine Marauder will have its way with the Hydra Ravager. And with that, the army will crumble. I say that we did kill a mineral line and a base. Dark is remaxing with more Roach Hydra. The Vipers survived. They can regather energy. I think this is the most important thing here. The Vipers, they lived. Gathering energy as we speak, getting ready for the second wave. But this time, no Ravagers, only Roach Hydra. The Vipers need a little bit more time. Dark, he did put a dent into the tank count of ByuN. A lot of tanks did fall. The Lurker upgrades are on the way. He can turn this into a more Lurker-based composition. Dark, he's holding his own, and ByuN needs another expansion. We are kind of running out of money here. ByuN, he's on a 3-base economy, but he needs an expansion, and there we go. 4th base now being taken. If ByuN can hold on a little bit longer and make use of that 4th, he's going to be okay, but here come the Vipers. Ooh, big EMP, though. Oh, yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, massive EMP on the Vipers. The tanks, they hold the line. This time, no abductions. You can see here the stark contrast. If the Vipers, if they could yoink, then maybe Dark could have broken this position, but the EMP was brutal. Dark has to back off, and ByuN, he's establishing a fresh mining base. Planetary is up. Tanks are sieging. We have turrets. We have SimCity. And ByuN, he's recovering. When it comes to the next move out, once again, it is going to be kind of a dance between the spellcasters. If ByuN can get the EMPs off, then ByuN will hold. There is an opening here, though. Likewise, if Dark can abduct those tanks, or even Blinding Cloud, then Dark can break through. Rotating around, BioArmy a little bit more exposed. As Lurkers, they hit the southern base. Lurkers have arrived, getting towards the main base, actually. Ghost goes down. And we have a direct path into the main. Likewise, trying to force ByuN up the ramp into Lurkers as well. Big snipes going off. A couple of Lurkers go down. Again, as opposed to Dark trying to break an entrenched position, it's the other way around here, trying to force ByuN into Lurkers. So very good position, but we do overextend for a moment. Lurkers still lying in wait. That was 17 SCVs going down. Dark will back off. Nidustorm on the way, more Lurkers as well. Dark himself has a solid economy, maxed out. Now with that many less Roaches and more Ling Hydra Lurker. The Vipers, I believe, yeah, they're still up and running. Vipers towards the north. And now ByuN's attention is here towards the south. This is where the ghosts are. The ghosts towards the south, not towards the north. These tanks are exposed. Vipers, can they catch some of these free tanks? Oh. Here we go. Dark, he's going for it. He's going for the dive. Ghost out of position. I say that some ghosts do come in. Yeah, there are 4 ghosts to defend. One of the Lurkers will burrow in time. Now 2 of them fall. Do we have repairs? The planetary. Oh my god, it's so low. It is so low, but ByuN, he does rotate in time. Snipes the Vipers, snipes the Lurkers as well. Ooh, that was a big loss for Dark. Dark plummets in supply, but Dark has a massive bank. There's 4,000 minerals in the bank. Has some gas as well. Again, Dark was hoping that the entirety of the BioArmy was here towards the south, but ByuN had reinforcing ghosts on the way. ByuN was ready. Ooh, and you can see Dark trying to work towards Ling main. Baneling Nest on the way. Baneling's speed still yet to begin. So Dark is not fully set up for this. We'll catch out a Ghost. Nice pickup. Gets a Ghost. No detection though. The Ghosts that hold their own. Snipe some of the Hydras. Reinforcements on the way. This round. Oh my god! ByuN! No! He's not looking! Yeah, massive catch. But where's the detection? No detection. The Ghosts, some of them will survive. But that was still a good catch for Dark. As the Cloak is running out, another Ghost falls. And Nidus from on the way. Instead of ByuN focusing towards the south, catching a base, at least attempting to. Does go for the expansion and will snipe it. Hatchery goes down. Losing some buy though. Wasn't a free trade. Get it for free. Dark is still just trying to take control of the map. The creep is solid. Gaining speed, still just now starting up. Vipers have been rebuilt. Gathering energy. And ByuN is going to be stuck at home. He's turtling up. As we're trying to go for drop play once again, we do see Dark trying to find a weak point in the armor. Does find one tank. Just the one though. And we'll see if ByuN can establish another base. Again, this base has been left untouched. We'll see if ByuN can take it. Overseer diving into the main, I'm sure with intentions of Nidus Worms. Expansion's being taken. Overseer does get in. Yeah, he notices. Yeah, he's going to be hunting down the Overseer. Nidus into the main base, so ByuN is holding its heels. So keen eyes out of ByuN. At the same time, though, Dark, he dives right through the center, catches two tanks, and a CC. And ByuN having a hard time keeping up. Ooh, but does punish the Hydras at least. One of the orbitals does survive. More importantly, the planetary finishes. More importantly, the planetary is done. Dark getting ready to try and collapse in this position. ByuN double expanding. And Dark, he's going for it. Lurkers have arrived. He wants to commit. Up, dragging out the army. Going for the Ghost. Does yoink one. EMP goes off, and instead we go right through the center. This time, no tanks. But there are still some Ghosts. Snipes going up. Dark has the high ground. And he pushes in. Pushes right into the natural. Gets a tank. We'll get another as well. Dark, does he have enough? He's running out of steam a little bit here. There are still a lot of Lurkers, though. And Lurkers, they maintain this position. Nidus Worm as well. More Lurkers on the way. And Dark, has he done it? Likewise, ByuN setting up for a surround. He's an army towards the north. Towards the south as well. And more Lings amassing like ByuN. Dark, he knows he's so close. He's so close to breaking ByuN here and now. Pushing in. He's going for it. Going for the main. Big blinding cloud. Lings are flooding forward. Tanks are a little bit late to siege. And more Ghosts are falling. Yeah, down a friendly fire. At the same time, going for the northern expansions, getting more SCVs. And Dark, it looks like he might have just barely broken the back of ByuN. Again, it wasn't about these fringe bases. So much supply tied up here. So many tanks towards the south, tanks towards the north. ByuN is spread thin. And again, just so much supply not being used here in the defense, not able to be used. As I say that though, ByuN, he holds onto the main. Does hold. Dark is being forced out. ByuN will eventually break free. Another Nidus into the main. And Dark is going to have to regroup and kind of rethink his approach here. Pulls back with mainly Ling Hydra. The bases are not really up and running. The economy here in the dumpster for ByuN. He does need another base up and running. The planetary, oh my god, almost goes down to the one lurker. And where are we going? Where are we headed? What is the next plan here for Dark? Does he go once again through the center? Does he try to punish some of these fringe bases? I mean, the tank wall is still solid towards the south. So there's kind of no way in down here. Okay, Dark pushing out once again. Base is gonna fall. Dark going right through the middle once again, going for the tanks. Decent snipes going off. Some of the tanks are unsieged. Good job, Duck, those Liberators. Yeah, Mass Hydra will shut them down. And once again, ByuN just hasn't been able to secure this position. Wasn't able to reset his tank count here. Or the planetaries. Ooh, not the best trade out of Dark. Losing a lot of Hydras here, trying to break through. Yeah, big tank volleys going off. Hydras are going down. ByuN, he defends the main. Coming in from behind, sniping the lurkers. GG gets called. Dark, he runs out of steam. And ByuN will survive. Will take the series to... Oh, sorry. 3-0. GG. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Dark, he was so close to breaking ByuN. Again, able to find a weak point here in the defenses of ByuN. Just avoiding some of those more, like, entrenched positions, especially towards the south. Going right through the middle, catching out ByuN more than once. Catching him with his pants down, but barely wasn't enough to get into the main and camp the production. That was the win condition for Dark, was to basically commit to the push, to get into the main, and to break into the main base and to camp the production. Alas, barely wasn't able to. And we're just clearing things up here. Just trying to clear things up. GG. Oh, shout out to SC2 in the chat. Thank you so much for resubscribing for 7 months. Gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying to clear things up here just because earlier it was stated that because of the delays, Dark would start -1. But we might still play it out anyway. I don't know. I'm trying to clear things up. Ooh. Here we go. But the series might have just concluded, or we might continue. We'll see, we'll see. Just trying to catch up. I just imagine Dark going on a motorcycle to get there. Yeah, exactly. You race on over. Amazing game. It was fun. It was fun. It's a solid game. But yeah, we're just trying to clear things up while we can. But yeah, for those that are maybe tuning in a little bit later, Dark's internet went down at his apartment, and Dark's internet went down, and he had to... He had to go to a PC bang. He went to a PC cafe to play, to compete, to participate, which is also why, especially in game one, you could notice, You could notice in game 1 that Dark had some issues with his peripherals, it looked like, or with the setting, and yeah, wasn't too happy about it in that first game. But I'm sure we're all just we're all understanding. Where's Chicken Man, Steadfast, and Dave? Dave was casting earlier. Dave Tesla was casting earlier. Chicken Man and Steadfast are otherwise unavailable this week, unfortunately. They are unavailable. I believe some of them are traveling elsewhere, so unfortunately unavailable this weekend. But I'm sure they'll be going over some of the replay casts. I'm sure they'll be going over the replays and going over, or they'll be returning next time as well for the upcoming iterations of KSL. For those that are unaware, the KSL is a bi-weekly event, so every 2 weeks we have the Korean StarCraft League, so you can be a part of this every 2 weeks. Likewise, if you want to support this tournament, !KSL, !KSL in the chat, and you get a link to the Patreon where you can help fund the event yourself. You can help be a part of the community and be a part of the support for the Korean scene. GG. And yeah, we have confirmation. We have confirmation that ByuN does take the 3-0, so ByuN will be our champion. And also, Dark, so fun fact, Enki was like, hey, you know, we could just play an extra game for fun. And then Dark's like, I can't play here. It's like, okay, it's understandable. Dark, he's like, but it's not good. I can't compete from a PC bank, papi. So yeah, understandable. So GG, well played. ByuN does take the 3-0, and he is going to be our champion. And meanwhile, a big shout out to SC2 in the chat. Thank you so much for the gifted subs to the community. Papi, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. We appreciate the support. Gracias. Thank you so much. Hope you all enjoy the emotes in the chat. Hope you all enjoy the replays as well, as we do send out replays to our subscribers. Here we go. But yeah, so you can support the KSL either via Patreon, or you can also support it via Matcherino. Exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat, and you will get a link to the Matcherino page where you can help fund specifically this week's tournament, if you wish. Is this Dark's recent game before he goes to the military? We'll see. Dark may end up playing in some other weekly tournaments. As a reminder, a big shout out to Wardy. Wardy is hosting the Wardy Monday weekly this Monday. This Monday, Wardy is hosting an event, and that is going to be, in a way, stepping up and replacing the ESL Open Cup Asia. So that's also in a good time slot for Korean players. So we could see a return of Dark on Monday as well. In these online weekly tournaments. Likewise, we're going to have Steadfast, Kalaris, and Rotterdam. They're hosting a replacement weekly for the European weekly as well. And we will be hosting our replacement weekly. I mean, last week we hosted it to replace ESL Americas. This week we are going to be rescheduling. We're rescheduling our weekly. It's going to be tomorrow. Sunday is going to be the Tenacious Turtle Tussle instead of Monday. So we're moving it over to Sunday instead, because there's going to be a new American weekly, the Ursasaurus Cup. There's going to be an Ursasaurus Cup, which is going to be focusing on replacing the NA weekly instead. And it's really cool to see the entirety of the scene step up, whether it's ourselves, whether it's Dave Testa, Chicken Man, Steadfast, Kalaris, Rotterdam, Wardy. We spoke about this yesterday. For those who don't know, we did have a talk show. We did have a podcast. It's on YouTube, and we went over the week's news, and we discussed, you know, the EPT weeklies and the replacement weeklies as well. And I was expressing how proud we should be as a community for, despite things being a little bit bleak and, you know, things being a little bit, you know, uncertain as to the future of SE2, with the EPT weekly stepping away, and EPT still focusing on their next iteration of the ESL Pro Tour, or ESL focusing on the next iteration of the ESL Pro Tour in the off season. Everyone stepped up, and we more than replaced what was left before us. And yeah, it was just really cool, and we should be proud. We should be proud of the scene, of the community, and of the support that that StarCraft 2 is getting as well. So shout out to all the other content creators out there as well. Shout out to you know, your Chicken Mans, your Steadfast, your Wardy, Rotterdam, Kalaris, anyone and everyone involved. Really cool to see. Are we allowed to cast a new weekly? We will be casting the Monday weekly, and we'll be casting the... I should say, we're going to be covering the replacement Asia tournament and the Americas tournament. We could also cast the European one, but I would like to sleep. For those who don't know, I'm living here in Australia, so I need to sleep at some point. So we usually don't cover ESL Open Cup Europe, so we won't be covering the KSR, if I recall correctly, the Kalaris Steadfast Rotterdam Cup. We won't be covering that. We won't be covering that. We'll be covering the others though, as always. As always. Chickenman, yeah, Chickenman will provide replays. Of course. ESL is releasing a new season. I'm sure there will be a new season announced. We just don't know when, and we don't know the details of it yet. It sounds like ESL are still figuring out what exactly they want to do and how they want to come back. Again, during the podcast, we theorized that, like, you know, even if the circuit comes back, you know, they might do something a little bit different with the weeklies. They might incorporate some other organizers as well. It's possible. Just merely speculation when it comes to what the future of the EPT looks like. But there should be another season. And until the next season, you know, we all have you covered. We have you covered, Pat. Have you covered. No, it's okay, Dave. It's okay. It's all good, Dave. It's all good. Papi. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I guess with that, we're going to be wrapping up here. With that, we are going to be wrapping up. It's all good. But yeah, our next broadcast is going to be in a couple of hours. If Dark gets into it, yeah, that's the thing. It's all good. It's all good. Like, there, you know, sometimes there are things that happen during a tournament that are out of our control, and it can be really stressful. Just because, especially as tournament organizers, we want to keep things fair. We want to be lenient where we can be, but also, you know, we want to also respect the time of, you know, other players and other people involved as well. So it's all good, Dave. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, the players are already accepting of the results and accepting of the fact that the Dark was starting with a deficit, so it's all good. Nothing to worry about, Dave. Nothing to worry about. Get some rest, Pappy. Get some rest. It's all good. But yeah, with that, our next broadcast is going to be in a couple of hours. I'm going to just quickly double check our schedule, but our next cast is going to be in 3 hours. In 3 hours time, we're going to be live with Sea Duckling Open. If you're curious, what is the Sea Duckling Open and why is there a duck? Because it's a CranKy duckling tournament, Pappy. We have animals for everything, because we are animals. We're animals, Pappy. Yeah. So the next class on the channel is going to be in 3 hours. Sea Duckling Open is a monthly tournament that we host. It is a bronze to diamond tournament. So if you're listening right now, if you want to take part, if you yourself are between the ranks, the leagues of bronze and diamond, if you're gold, platinum, diamond as well, then you are eligible to play. So you can take part. You can jump in, you can take part in the event if you wish. So yeah, we're going to be hosting our monthly diamond tournament. But there are some limitations as well. So, you know, make sure you check yourself before you sign up. That, of course, being you cannot have reached Masters in the seasons leading up to this event. I believe it's the the previous 3 seasons. So if you've been Masters before, you won't be able to take part. Likewise, there is a minimum ladder game requirement as well. Again, it's just to deter like Smurfs or deter fresh accounts. So make sure you're active on the ladder. Make sure you're actually within the parameters of our rule set, and then you can jump in and take part in Sea Duckling Open. For those who don't know, Sea Duckling Open is how we started back in the day, back in 2017. It was not a monthly, it was a weekly. It's how we started casting here on the CranKy Ducklings. We started with diamond tournaments, and eventually Masters tournaments, and eventually we branched out into pro events like this. But my favorite thing, and I always bring it up, so I apologize if you heard this before, but my favorite thing about that is that we have actually seen the growth of players over time, and we've casted some of these big name pros back in the day when they were diamond. We've casted Mixu when he was diamond. Baby Marine, he didn't play, but he signed up for our Masters Cup a long time ago, many years ago, when he was back before he was GM, before he was more of a pro player. When he was still Masters. But I remember he slept in because he's from Europe, and our events are not the best time slot for Europe. But like he tried to play back in the day as well. Oreo, Ruichi, Starduck, and some other like GG Machine, he's another one that we did cast when he was diamond as well many years ago. So yeah, you know, over time it's a great way to keep players motivated, to give them something to compete in, and to give them a reason to improve and a reason to strive for more, because we host not just diamond tournaments but also Masters tournaments as well, to, you know, kind of like a step up, a way to level up as well. So if you do end up promoting, then you still have something to play in. So yeah, that's how we started. Nowadays we have less time to host them regularly, so it's only a monthly, but you know, we still want to try to host it whenever we can. So if you're interested, then we got you covered. Oh. Also, thank you for another gifted sub, SE2. Gracias. Thank you. When's next diamond tournament? 3 hours. 3 hours, Paco. 3 hours. Play a game. I need to see. No. If you want to tune into some of my own gameplay, I do not ladder here on the CranKy Ducklings. The CranKy Ducklings is just for tournament casts and for talk shows and maybe some team content. But I do ladder on a daily basis. If you want to see me ladder, I ladder on my personal channel, !light in the chat, and you get a link to my own personal Twitch channel. I do stream on a daily basis, but I don't stream over the weekend because we're busy casting. Our weekends are really busy, and today we have 2 casts. We have this event, KSL, and SDO in 3 hours. So I tried to take a break and not play the game, not ladder in between, because I'll be out of energy. Likewise, tomorrow is going to be Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. If you're curious, tonight is the duck, tomorrow's the tuna. Let's go. The Tuna Cup is a weekly open tournament. It's a weekly open tournament, open to all regions, or to all leagues as well. It is as you can imagine, typically dominated by pro players, but if you want to tune in, then the Tuna Cup is the place to be tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Once again, to reiterate, support the KSL, support the Korean StarCraft League. Shout out to Dave Testa and Chicken Man, as they have both organized and brought this together, and they do so much for the scene, so much for the community. So much love to Dave and much love to Chicken Man. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys in 3 hours. I will not be casting Sea Duckling Open. I'm going to be adminning. I'm going to be basically, for those that don't know, for the hours leading up to the events, I vet all the players. I just vet all the players. I check their match history. I have a spreadsheet. I tick them off if they're good. I message them if they're not. I like gather information for the Wikipedia, like their flags, where they're from, all that stuff. So I admin the event, and Kuro is going to be casting. Kuro, another big part of the CranKy Ducklings. I mean, the CranKy Ducklings is a team. You know, it's myself, Kuro, Steel Mode, Yakuzaku, many others. Kuro is going to be casting. I will be adminning instead. That is going to plan here, the plan for tonight. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. If you want to stick around, we're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who's streaming right now? Who can we raid? Let's have a look here. I'm like opening up the StarCraft 2 directory. We have Practice X. Let's go. We have Kid Chillin'. We have Cosmic. We have Killjoy. Oh, we have Gnocchi. I kind of want to give some love to Gnocchi. He's raided us a couple of times. Tempting. Is he laddering? Tempting. We'll find someone to raid. So yeah, with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I'm gonna be heading off. Stick around to give you know, whoever we raid a chance, give them some support. If you want to tune into the next KSL, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, we'll have the next Korean StarCraft League, and in 3 hours' time, we'll be live again with Ducklings Open. Until then, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Thanks for watching.